replay, welcome as well. So I wanted to show you guys how I script. So anytime I'm having a bad day, I'm irritated, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm anything other than myself. Typically, that means to me that I have some emotions that I need to get out. And the easiest way to do that is on paper. And it's kind of better than talking to a friend or talking to anybody else about your problems because one, the paper can't tell on you. The paper can't tell your business to nobody else. And two, you can literally get everything out without being judged, without being criticized, without being mocked. You can like truly get all of your emotions out. So all it is you're going to script, you're going to write out whatever it is you're feeling, whoever you're upset at, whoever you're angry at, whoever you're bitter towards, you're just going to get it all out on paper, everything. And if you need to curse while you're writing your letter or on your paper, do so. If you need to cry, then do so. Oh, but if you do cry, try to let your tears get caught on the paper. Like try to let the paper catch your tears. And so once you get everything out, you're gonna do this. I typically would do it like for 12 minutes and 12 seconds. But for the sake of this video, I'm only gonna do it for 10 minutes. But as soon as your timer stops, you stop. And that's it. And then I'm gonna fold this paper up, burn it. I'm outside. That's why I'm outside. I'm gonna burn it and kind of let God, the universe, nature take those ashes away because it's no longer my problem. And then you'll find when you do this, or you'll realize when you do this, like as soon as you're done and you burn the paper and you see it, floating out into the world or the atmosphere, it's like a sense of release or relief. Well, I guess release too, but a sense of relief will come over you like the burden has been lifted, the weight of the world is not on your shoulders anymore. And so if you do it the first time and you don't really feel any better, I just would suggest you do it again the next day and the next day and the next day until you truly feel good about whatever situation you're going through or whatever life is giving you at that moment. But typically, I can do it with one. I've been doing it for a while. So typically, I can just do it one round and be good. But I'm going to go ahead and start. So I'm going to set my timer for, like I said, for the sake of this video, I'm only going to set it for 10 minutes. And like 10 minutes, shoot, come on now, 10 minutes and 0 seconds. I don't know why this thing want to act up now. Hold on. Okay, so just 10 minutes. I'm going to set it, and as soon as it goes off, that's it. There's no more to it. Save. As soon as my timer goes off, that's it. I'm not adding anything else to it. Also, while you're writing this, it does not have to be legible. Nobody else needs to read it. Oh, and don't reread it to yourself as you're writing it. Like, just go. When the timer starts, just start writing. Don't try to go back and add words or, cross out words. Don't do that. Just simply get it all out of your body. So my timer is set for 10 minutes. And like I said, if I wasn't doing this on camera and if I wasn't on live, I would do it for 12 minutes and 12 seconds. But I'm about to start my timer. Hold on one second. And then when the timer goes off, I'm just going to stop. And also, let me just say right quick, I'm just gonna be able to write and talk. But if you ever want to write an apology letter to yourself, you would do it this same way. And basically, whatever it is you need to apologize for yourself, you would do it in the letter. So if you had maybe you didn't handle a situation in the best way possible, you will write a letter out, saying sorry to yourself if you felt like you didn't handle a situation the best way possible. If you felt like maybe you messed up somewhere in your life, or you did something wrong, or you knew better and you still did it the wrong way. If you're holding a grudge for yourself for anything, if you're blaming yourself for anything, it could even be like fumbling money, messing up money. Write that apology letter to yourself and do it in the same manner for 12 minutes and 12 seconds, and then burn it and let it go. But I think so many times we're so hard on ourselves, like we don't tend to give ourselves grace like we do other people. So if that's ever the case and you just feel like you're blaming yourself, you're so hard on yourself, just sit down and write yourself an apology letter. Just tell yourself, I'm sorry for being so hard on you. And also it just helps with any past trauma as well. I mean, luckily, if you've gotten through this life and hadn't had any trauma, then great for you. But most people have. So if you have some trauma you feel like for whatever reason was your fault, you can write an apology letter to yourself apologizing for that as well. But yeah, so an apology letter and scripting whenever I'm having a difficult day, hard week, hard time managing life, when life is truly lifing, when these kids are truly acting the fool, when the job acting up, when your family acting up, when your man acting the fool, just when your money's not right, when life is really just not easy. Sometimes it's just best to get those thoughts put out on paper. And like I said, it's kind of better than talking to your friends about it, because if you're talking to your friends, you're taking a chance that they're going to go back and tell your business, put your business out there, do some shady stuff. Like, ain't no telling. But when you get it out on paper, it's never going to be repeated. You're going to burn this paper afterwards. It's never going to be repeated. You never have to worry about nobody throwing something back up in your face and like all that type of childish stuff. You truly get your thoughts out. You're able to process it. You're able to curse. You're able to yell. You're able to scream on paper. If you want to scream out loud, that's fine. If you want to cry, that's fine. But you're able to process those emotions and get them out, because I'm here to tell you, when you start really bottling up your emotions and keeping them inside and not getting them out and not venting and not expressing yourself, like you're only causing harm to yourself. Like, your body will literally start to ache and pain because you're keeping so much bottled in. Like, that's crazy how much our body just pick up on everything. But yeah, you're going to have to learn to get those thoughts and those emotions out of you. And I just feel like the best way to do that is on paper. Therefore, if you don't have to worry about anyone repeating it. Oh, and also, if you're writing the apology letter, where's my timer set? Okay, I got 5 more minutes. If you're writing the apology letter, or even if you're writing this letter, getting your thoughts out, just try, like I said before, we tend to be our biggest critic. So try not to go too hard in on yourself, like I should have did this and I should have did that and I should have, because I mean, if you really think about it, this is all of our first time going through this in this lifetime. Like, we don't have it figured out. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone fumbles the ball sometimes. Everyone messes up. Everyone doesn't do their best. Like, everyone falls short. And that's okay. But if you're able to recognize that pattern and kind of stop it, or even get your thoughts out on paper, like, oh, I realized that I keep dating the same type of man because that's what I'm used to and that's what I saw my same childhood. Once you start to recognize those patterns, then you can start to fix it about yourself. Now you're becoming your best self possible. That's self-development, that's self-improvement right there. When you notice patterns or you notice certain things and you keep getting the same results that you don't like, but then you decide, well, let me do something about it. Let me change the narrative. Let me go about this a different way than I normally do. Then kudos to you, baby. Like that's a great self-analysis. And most people don't tend to check themselves and like take a mirror and really look at themselves internally and kind of see, ask themselves, am I the problem? Am I really causing this same harm to myself over and over? Or is it really other people? Or am I really the common denominator because I keep allowing the same thing to happen or I keep doing the same thing over and over? Like sometimes you just got to check yourself and that's okay. So I got 3 more minutes, so I'm going to finish writing my script right quick. Oh, and also, hold on, let me get this sentence out. Also, I like to do my scripting on like sketch paper because it's no lines, and therefore I just feel like on line paper, um you can only write so much, but if it's scripting paper, or I'm sorry, if it's sketch paper, you can write big, little. You can just get a lot more. I feel like you just can get a lot more out on paper versus when you're doing it with the line paper. um Yeah, and that's okay. Like you may realize that you're the problem, but if you're willing to fix it or even do a self-analysis and be like, yo, maybe it is me, then you're already one step ahead of most people. Most people don't know how to take any accountability for their actions. They don't know how to recognize the patterns that keep happening without throughout their lives, and they're unwilling to change it. So if you are able to realize that you may be the problem, baby, kudos to you. You are 10 steps ahead of most people. So the next step would be to do something to actually correct the problem. How can you fix that situation or that characteristic of yours and make it better? Or how can the next time a situation arises, how can you go about it differently? You know? Hey Lex! Hey girl! Let's see. I have 59, 58 more seconds. So I'm gonna finish my last little sentence and then I'm gonna show y'all how I burn this. And just remember, don't try not to be too hard on yourself. Don't just don't do that to yourself. Don't place that burden on yourself. I'm not saying not take accountability. I'm just saying when writing this letter, um, just don't try not to be too hard on yourself. You can say like I messed up and I realized I could have did this or could have went about it differently, but just don't go in on yourself. Like this isn't a punishment letter. This isn't a degrading letter to yourself. It's simply to get these emotions out. So don't be too hard on yourself. Okay. Okay. So that's my timer. Okay, how I cut this off? I don't know how to cut the damn timer off. So now I'm just going to tear my paper off. And also, I don't know if I stated this earlier, but your handwriting doesn't have to be legible. Like I mentioned, you are You are strictly just getting this out, your thoughts and your feelings out on paper. So what I typically tend to do, I'm going to fold my letter up 3 times away from me. So 1, 2, 3, like that. Hey, look, it's a cat, and I hate cats. No, don't bring your ass over here. I don't know why they always, like, why do you always want to bother me when I don't like you? So this is what we're going to do. Hold on. So just get you, be smart, and you're going to get a fire safe dish. And this is just a ceramic bowl that I normally put my like my flowers and stuff on. So you're going to get you a ceramic dish. And here's my paper. And I am just going to, I'm going to light it and then put it in here so it can burn. And can y'all see it? No. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so just look, just bear with me. And then the wind would, oh, really? The wind would start blowing. Okay. Well, hold on. Let's just go with plan B. Okay, so I'm going to burn or light it. Now this wind wants to pick up. I may not be able to burn this for y'all on camera. Okay. Hold on, let me get my fire going. Because all of a sudden, the wind wants to start blowing as soon as I light this. But you see how the ashes or the fire is making the paper ash up and is blowing it away? That's your problem being released. Yeah, okay, so this ain't gonna burn out here, and I'm tired of doing this on camera. So yeah, I just will burn this. Like I said, for whatever reason, as soon as I want to light this letter, the wind starts blowing. So I'm gonna simply go ahead and burn this. Like I said, just make sure you are outside, or if you have to do it inside, then I would burn this like within my kitchen sink so that the fire, of course, won't spread. Because listen, baby, I done been in a fire. It's no fun. It's don't do it. Make smart decisions. So just burn this. Let it fly out into the atmosphere. When you see the ashes start flying or floating out, just think of it being released from your body and God kind of taking it away from you. So you're no longer dealing with this. Should I say a prayer or manifest before I burn it? You absolutely, you can, first of all, you can always say a prayer, but I wouldn't manifest anything, but I would say a prayer. And just whoever you believe in, God or Buddha or the universe, I will ask them to lift this burden off of my heart, or to release this anger out of my spirit, release this hurt from my soul. Like whatever's in my letter that I'm going through, I will ask for that feeling to be lifted from me. I will ask for that emotion to be lifted from my body, from my vessel, and go from there. But once you're able to sit here get all of your emotions out and physically see your issue, your burden, your whatever you're upset, hurt, angry about. Once you're able to physically see like it burn down um and disintegrate and then go up into the atmosphere, it's like a relief that comes over your body, like, you know. But like I said, if it's just your first time doing it, you may need to do it more than once. You may even need to do it twice. You may need to do it every day, whatever the case may be. If you got to do it every day for 14 days, so be it. But even with doing this on camera and talking to y'all while I'm writing my letter, I already feel better about my personal situation. So yeah, just make sure you burn it all the way down, or it gets burned all the way down. And also, last time I wrote an apology letter to myself, one of the last things I wrote on the paper was that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not like standing up for myself. I'm sorry for letting people walk over me. I'm sorry for not having the confidence. I'm sorry for um, not being strong enough to speak up for myself. And so I burned my apology letter. And the very last thing, I had to keep relighting it, but the very last thing to burn was like a small little sentence that said, I'm sorry, Cherie. Like, I'm sorry to myself. And I just kind of thought that was like a good omen. Like, yeah, we really letting this go. It's no need to keep walking around with this burden on my back, or for me to keep blaming myself, or like, the past is the past. And when you're going through this life, and you kind of, for most of my life, I haven't had any guidance, and I've just been figuring it out along the way. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. To have no role models, no guidance, no nothing. I feel like I'm still, doing pretty good for myself, as far as like my mental capacity, my characteristics, how I treat people, how I think about myself. I give myself an A+. I will. That's not even to be arrogant. That's my truth. I will honestly give myself an A+. But anywho, so that's pretty much it for me. I just wanted to show y'all how I script. Like I said, if I wasn't doing it on camera, I would have did it for 12 minutes and 12 seconds. But today I did it for 10 minutes. If you feel like you don't need that longer, whatever time frame you want to do it for, I would look up that number and see what that number truly represents. And if it's what I'm going through, then I would stick with that number. Like, if I was to look up 888 and 88, well, no, if I looked up 4 minutes and 44 seconds, or 444, and it said something like, it means to release and welcome new beginnings and welcome new friendships. And if I want a new friendship, and if I want new beginnings, if I want to release, then I would do my letter for 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So just do whatever correlates or whatever feels good to you. But like I said, I usually do mine for 12 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Thank y'all for watching. If you are watching the replay, if you can't burn it and you're trying to do better, that ain't nobody but the devil. No, do not. If you're trying to burn it and it's not burning, just keep trying. Like, I just tried to burn mine, and I think this lighter isn't working, and the wind is blowing. So I wouldn't disregard my letter. I just would probably like go in the garage and light it instead of trying to light it outside. But don't give up. If it doesn't light, just baby find you a different alternative. But don't give up. If your letter isn't burning, just don't give up. Find another way. That's it. That's it. Kavina, you're so funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. As always, thank you guys for watching. I am Cherie, and this is a complete vibe. And I will see you guys next time. Peace. Ugh. No, I ain't even stop.